Hey, what's up, guys? This is Rob with Frisson Music. I'm here with cool three-piece band from Baldwin Park, California. You guys want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, my name's Victor Padilla.
Alex Torres.
I'm Diego Ayala, and we're Cooli Ooli.
Cooli Ooli.
Cooley Ghoulies for the month of October.
Yeah, so Frisson, we just kind of started doing shows. Definitely supporting all the local bands, local artists, rock, hip hop, R&B, jazz. Any songwriters, anyone wanting to just perform and do their thing, just hit us up, send us music. This is what we do. Cooli Ooli was actually the first band to open up our very first show. Shout out to DBA 256 in Pomona. It's a great bar, great venue. They do a lot of cool stuff. So if you guys remember the show? It was like back in August. How was it for you guys?
It was definitely a fun show, honestly. One of my favorites. Actually, the first ones that we ever played in a bar, right? Yeah. That was our first ones, yeah. It was cool seeing a lot of people come in and just enjoy the music, have a couple of drinks, especially the drinks. The drinks were just the icing on the cake. It was fun.
Yeah. So we were familiar with the DBA already. We've been to a couple of shows, to see some of our favorite local bands. Tidal the Wave, shout out.
Shout out to Tidal the Wave.
Shout out to Tidal the Wave.
There's actually a cool story, if you don't mind me telling, about that show at the DBA, right? And it's about a fan. So someone from the crowd, before we went up, we were enjoying a glass of beer, all four of us, and someone from the I guess the general bar area came up to us and wanted to take a picture with all four of us. She knew who we were. We didn't know who she was, right? And we figured maybe a friend of a friend, who knows. And then afterwards, we played the show. It was great. And, we're at the bar, and we see her, and she's sitting with her boyfriend and another friend. And I go up to her, and I go, hey, you took a picture with us earlier. Like, do you mind me asking, like, who are you? And she said that she saw us play at the Panana Night Market when we played in Ontario, and she had just walked by. She was at the night market. She had just walked by. She saw us playing live, and she liked us, and so she followed us on Instagram, the whole shebang, and then came out to DBA just to see us.
That was a good.
That's badass.
And so at that show, I think that was one of probably our first like fan experience. Yeah. Like, we have a fan that's not a friend of a friend of a friend of a friend. Like, this is a fan.
Do you think it's a little weird to have fans? Like we're like live right now on IG. Some people there you might not know. You think it's kind of weird? Like, people actually like take a super interest into you. Like, I mean, we're all fans of music and artists. You know how deep we dig into them and where we go. Like, what do you think about that? Like, having fans.
It's weird. It's weird, especially at this stage, because, again, we're very much used to playing these shows, and then we have a lot of familiar faces that show up, and that's awesome seeing a lot of friends. We're blessed to have a lot of friends who come out to see us, but having a fan experience is like new after 2 years. It's like crazy new to us. You want to talk on that? Blip.
It was definitely an experience to actually take in, because this person didn't know anything about us personally, but she liked our music, and her coming up to us really excited, asking us to take a picture was pretty cool. And I was just like, I was like so flustered. Like, I remember I was blushing.
You're like, what side? What side do I give her? Which side, left or right?
I'm just like, but I'm just like, it was a cool experience to have, and honestly to share that with a random person I've never met. I thought it was pretty cool.
Hey man, Cooli Ooli is a really good band. Personally, I've known Diego for years. Like, we were kids, and when back in the day I used to do music, it went the way it went, because now I'm doing interviews, and I'm interviewing him and his band. They're really good. Like I said thanks at the show for being the first band to open up my show, and I really want to get you guys like a headline show, so keep a lookout for Cooli Ooli headline show. So you guys also mentioned in that story, take a picture of the four of you guys. There's three of you guys now. You want to talk about that a little bit?
So there's three of us now. We were once a four-piece band. Our guitarist had quit the band. No bad blood between us. We left the band.
Oh yeah, he's an awesome dude too.
He's
man.
an amazing guitarist.
Really good guitar player. Really good guitar player. Actually.
Super talented singer as well. And you know, he left for personal reason and to go on his own endeavors. And you know, no bad blood. He wishes us the best of luck, I hope, and we wish him the best of luck as well. You know, and you know, just pursue other passions or your own kind of passions, really. But now it's just three of us, and so we are just sticking with the three of us for now. Yeah.
Cool. So actually, what we wanted to talk about today mostly is their brand new EP. What's it called again? Back in a Few.
Yeah, back
In a Few. Yeah, it's on Spotify, iTunes, every streaming platform. You know, if you haven't checked it out, go check it out. You guys want to talk about that process of writing the music? You know, and a little bit of the good and bads of it, and maybe how long it took.
Yeah, a lot of the songs in this EP are like some of the very first things we ever wrote, and you know, they sound totally different than what they sounded at the beginning. We changed them up so much throughout this, like, you know, couple months, and yeah, it's.
Yeah, definitely. Most of our songs, the way that we put them out are totally different than we originally had them before. I remember, man, Sunk was just like so different.
Dude,
super
Sunk
different.
is a really, really good song.
Thank you.
Check it out on Spotify and go check it out on YouTube as well. It's a really good song. I think the music video you guys did was really good for it too. Like, it was so like, it's a fun song. So the whole music video was fun. Like, you could tell, like, you guys had fun shooting it.
We did.
And you could tell, like, the production was amazing, you know, and you never get that production anywhere else. Just kidding. But
it was
dude,
very DIY.
go check it out. YouTube, super DIY. I mean, Cooli Ooli, do you guys make music videos too?
Like back to the
Yeah, back to the
question.
EP. Yeah.
How that came about is just that we've been so these are the songs that we wrote. We've had these songs. We played these songs over and over and over again. You know, we've had a little stray songs here and there that we ended up scrapping. There's about 3 songs that we were performing live that are just kind of dark vault somewhere, you know, that we just don't have anymore. But we decided to do these 6 songs and record them thanks to Brandon, who was our manager at the time, Brandon Villa, who was also Black Box Transmission on Instagram. Dude's talented, and he helped us reform these songs. You know, even though we were a bit like, you know, resistant. You know. Sorry. But yeah, he helped us rewrite these songs. He helped us map these songs, and he did things that we couldn't do. Where you know, and he encouraged us to really solidify these songs when we were very, very ignorant and very eager to record this EP. When we didn't realize that we really just didn't have it down, right? But he worked hard. Brandon Cortez also worked very, very hard at 37 Joseph Studios. He's the guy who recorded us and also produced us as well, and mixed and mastered and just the whole thing. And you know, we owe it to those 2 guys especially for just helping us out so much for this EP, really.
Like stepping stone.
Yeah, and Brandon Cortez was just very, very patient with us, and we really appreciated that. Recording process took a lot of energy. There's a lot of countless nights at the studio just listening to the same thing over again and just being so sleepy and so tired. But it was a very fun experience.
What's like the hardest thing about being at the studio recording and like making this? Like in your what was like the hardest part for you, like being there? I'm sure it takes hours to be there, obviously, and do these things and perfect it. You know, what's like the hardest part about being there recording?
Being talented.
Yeah, that was a hard.
Talented enough to actually get our parts down, and just aside from that, is being focused.
Definitely being focused and sitting down for hours on end, just listening to the same track, and again, just like hashing it out, going through the littlest details ever, and just trying to perfect it as much as we can, and just trying to get the right thing going, especially when it comes to mixing. Mixing was just like it was a nightmare, but it was definitely a very humbling and patient experience that we all had to endure.
And Brandon Cortez, as a recording artist and a producer like that, that's a struggle that he had to go through too. Like a lot of the times when we were just kind of sitting around and just listening to the same thing, he was legit working, around the clock, and that's, we owe it to him big time.
Hey, Alex, so you're the singer, guitar player in this band. It's it's a good talent to be able to play and sing.
Mm-hmm.
Not everyone could do it, but a lot of the famous musicians have. What was your experience like recording your EP? You having to do both.
Yep. Well, sometimes, or I think, other than one song, it was usually recorded separately. Like I would go in the booth and do the vocals, and then I would step out into the next room and do the guitar parts, like isolated from everybody. But on a couple, like I think Neon Girl, we did it all live, and I had to play and sing at the same time, and yeah, it's just all the coordination and
Neon Girl was
You did
such
that so
so
well.
honestly.
Jesus.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, he's a good
Yeah,
story.
dude. I remember when we were recording Neon Girl. It was Diego in front of the glass that sees the whole studio, where Khalifa, Diego are in the same room, and Cheddar's in the booth, and his amp is in another room being recorded separately, and it was all live. And we played the first time. We're like, oh yeah, it's cool. And then Brandon was just like, hey, let's do it one more time. And I'm just like, all right, cool. So then when we started, when Alex started playing, I was like, oh man, damn, this sounds so good. And I was just so hyped. Like everything felt like synergized, energy, but synergized. And I saw Diego, and he was doing this little bobbing motion. And I told Brandon, I looked at him, I had the headphones on, I'm like, oh, this one's gonna be it. So then when he starts counting down the cymbal, I'm like, yeah, this is it. And then we started playing, and I was just like, oh yes, and everything was
perfect.
yeah.
And that's the recording that you hear on the EP. That's the recording that you hear on Spotify and everything. That's the one. I know that one felt so good.
Victor, what about you? Like,
What?
You got to play bass and you sing. Tell us about like some of your like experiences doing both and recording and doing all that good stuff.
Well, I was originally a guitar player, but I wanted to do bass for the band, and learning to play bass and sing was just a little bit different than I was with guitar, because I was just used to the standard rhythms when playing guitar, but playing bass is like putting like the little meat and potatoes into a song. And while singing, it was a little bit difficult at first, but then I just crammed it out for hours. And for hours on end, just trying it harder and harder and harder.
Yeah.
Just keep going at it.
Yeah, dude. It's so Diego, playing drums for this band. What kind of got you to start playing drums?
I was the most decent at keeping a beat out of all four of us.
Were you the first drummer that like auditioned?
Well, it wasn't.
The only drummer.
The only drummer.
There was for this band. There was no audition.
So that's how easy it was to become part of this band.
Yeah,
all you had to do is show up.
I showed up and I said a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4, and then y'all were like, "You're in."
Hey, bibbidi bop bop. Bibbidi.
No, I mean, so there was a drum set at my house, and because of my brother's band, and his drummer held his drum set at my house, and so there was a drum set at my house. We all met up at the house. These guys are super talented at guitar and bass and all these other string instruments, right? Harp. No, I'm just kidding.
The harp lasted one day.
I played the occasional
There's gonna be a harp solo in one of our next songs. So there's a drum set, and I spent about maybe a year or possibly less, most likely less, playing the drums when I was I don't know, I was 10 years old. I don't know.
I don't remember, dude. One day I saw you. You're like 11 years old, and then the next day I saw you, you have a beard and you're in a badass band. So
time flies, man. But
it really does.
During that time, I had a drum set. It was a cheap drum set that my dad had bought me. Broke because my brother's band broke it, and I just
they broke a lot of instruments. I
just didn't pick it up well. Like I started playing it, and I was like, man, I just can't do this. I don't think I'll do it. And that was like 10 or 11 or something like that. And so I had a very faint muscle memory of playing drums, aside from just table drumming at school or something, right? And I've been making beats, right? So I make beats on the side, and so that helps with rhythm and for what it's worth. Yeah. And so that's how drumming came about. It's these guys, all four of us, and then who was like, "Yo, who can keep a beat?" And No, sorry, but I was probably the best one that can keep a beat.
Definitely good, yeah.
And even so, it was bad. Like we have very, very early recordings of our stuff hidden away in our Gmail somewhere, and you know, I was like, yeah, I can fucking play drums, right? No, like I can't. I could not play drums in the beginning. Like they're horrible.
Do you have any like favorite drummers now? Like you've been more attuned to it?
There's this guy on Instagram that I can't pronounce his name, but I think he's Polish. He's a great drummer, and I watch a lot of his videos. A lot of the stuff that I like pick up from is from Instagram videos. Like there's like these drumming pages that I follow, is like, I don't know, like Drums for Life or something like that. But they just all they do is just repost all these amazing drummers, or it's just like gospel drummers, or just math drummers, or just anything, and I'll follow all of them, and I just watch these videos, and I've got inspired from drum beats from there, you know, like techniques and stuff like that. I mean, aside from that, a lot of the drumming inspiration comes from like hip hop, you know, like old school hip hop from like Nujabes or, you know, a lot of knowledge stuff, or like Yotaro. So even though they're not like acoustic drums, a lot of the rhythm and stuff like that I like to take from it.
That's interesting. Like you make beats, hip hop beats, and you like all these, you know, hip hop type of sounds, but you're in like an alternative indie band.
It's just for clout. It's just for clout.
It's all for the club.
No,
I just know it, and like a drummer has to think differently regardless. And I mean, being in this band and having those kind of inspirations, like I'm sure your head's a little different when you guys are making music.
It mixes well though. That's what I feel like. I feel that having that experience of making hip hop instrumentals and things like that, that I find myself applying those skills and those rhythms into the music that we make. That's why we have hip hop parts, you know. That's why the Dreamer has that hip hop part, because I make hip hop drums when I make those instrumentals, and so I find that they blend very well, because we're not a crazy hardcore rock band, so I don't need to, you know, do all that stuff, you know.
No, it's like I never heard any double bass.
No, and part of the reason is why, because I can't do it. Because I'm just not talented. Not talented enough, I would say. But there's no double bass because one reason is because we're not that kind of band sometimes.
Yeah, of course,
most of the time. And another reason is because, like, I don't know, I just don't
need it.
Can't do it. Don't need it.
Alex, what about you? Like, so did you show up and were you the only one who could like tune your guitar, or how did that work?
That's the name. Thank you. That's, I can't even pronounce that. It's right there on the screen, and I can't even pronounce that.
You want to spell it out? Maybe spell it out.
Wojtek Dergowski.
Wojtek Dergowski.
Yeah, Dergowski.
Shout out Wojtek Dergowski. Check him out.
That's a CJ from Future Air Force.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
CJ.
All right, so Alex, so tell us about, you know, when you showed up to the garage that one day.
For sure. Yeah, on the very first day, I actually showed up with the piano. Like I didn't.
Did you fucking push it all the way? Cause there's a big ass bridge here, dude.
Yeah, no, it wasn't like a full, like, you know.
Oh, like a
you would
keyboard.
have, like, in the living room.
Like a keyboard, right?
Yeah, like a keyboard. Yeah.
Okay.
That was like my.
Alex is also the strongest person in this band.
Anyways.
Yeah. So keep going.
Yeah,
so you showed up with the keys.
Yeah. That was like the instrument that I was planning to like use mainly. Like the thought of like guitar wasn't like ever in my head at the beginning, but you know, I was like, why not? You know, I know I kind of knew how to play acoustic, so I was like, you know, this is a rock band. Having two guitars, I think would be really cool. I added like a little more color, but you know, I only knew like basic chords at first, and lead and from rhythm is totally different. Mm-hmm. You know, melody wise and all this, and you know, I had to learn about equipment. Had to go out and buy it, do my research, but hopefully, actually no, with all this some of the new stuff, actually I'm bringing back the piano, and I hope
that's fucking cool.
Yeah, I hope to keep it for future stuff as well, and you know, for the band I learned how to play lead guitar. Yeah,
I can't wait to see you play guitar and piano and sing at the very exact same time.
Let's see if that's even possible.
Yeah.
There's another arm. There's a third arm in there. I'm just saying, you know. Okay, so that means Victor was the one who showed up with the guitar, right? Because he said initially he was gonna play guitar, but then he ended up going to bass, right? What about you? Your first day at we actually call it the barn.
The barn, yeah.
Yeah, we call the garage the barn. How was your first day at the barn?
Oh man. I actually have a really good story about this. I wasn't initially invited to play, not for another week after you guys started playing. It was Khalifa that invited me over. I originally auditioned for another band. Shout out Lisa Kira. I love you guys. It didn't plan out, but definitely when Khalifa's like, oh, like you want to jam out with Diego and Alex from high school. I'm like, yeah, dude, I fucking know those dudes. Yeah. So like I came in and I was playing guitar, but then I was just like, I remember someone said like, oh, you just play very melodic stuff. I'm like, I should just pick up the bass. I know how to play bass. And they're like, yeah, we need a bassist. I'm like, I'll just be a bass. I'll just be the bassist. So I learned how to play bass from jazz band, and from there on I just picked it up. I've always had a certain love for the bass, because just playing just jazz tunes with their jazz band. Me and Axe were actually in a jazz band together, and we would just it was just great being able to synergize with the rhythm section.
So like, well, since you became a bass player, do you have any like favorite bass players now?
Favorite bass players? There's a beautiful woman by the name of Esperanza Spalding that can play the bass, anything, samba, blues, ragtime, crazy, and sing the most beautiful tunes ever. She's like great. And what's his name? Honestly, right now, Esperanza is the only one that comes to mind right now, because she's just that iconic.
What about like guitar? Like, I mean, I used to have like long hair to like right here back in the day. Did you ever have your long hair out, jamming out like that as a guitar player?
Dude, I had like curly hair, bro. I had an afro. I had an afro. I was just that fat kid with like a band T-shirt and like curly hair.
You know what? Then I might remember you now, actually.
There you go. Yeah, I remember him too. I killed him a long time ago. But
rest in peace.
My favorite guitarist, if I would I'm just talking like jazz right now, because that's the only things I'm thinking about is like Freddie Green, rock and roll. Damn. Brian May, what's his name? Roger Waters, David Gilmour from Pink Floyd, and Jimmy Page from Led Zeppelin.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy dude.
What about Alex? Do you have any favorite keyboardists?
Keyboardists.
Or like keyboard songs? Like, you guys can think of any songs with keyboards in it?
Let's see. No, not that I can think of, because like I haven't like really delved into the keyboard world really. It's more of the guitar world. So do you mind if I answer that?
Yeah. Guitarist, yeah.
Ever since I learned how to play lead, I guess you like gain a new appreciation when you like hear something after you learned it. You realize how hard it is. Mm-hmm. I think one of my top favorites is, I think his name's Mark Spear from Khruangbin. Yeah, it's just like he can make a whole song just him playing guitar. It sounds amazing. And like Stevie Ray Vaughan too. This guy named Jeff Buckley too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
I remember South Park. South Park thing.
Yeah.
Steamy Ray Vaughan.
Yeah, those are my top.
What about your vocalist? Because personally, like I'm a vocal person. Like I love
For sure.
song lyrics. I love people who write.
Yeah.
Songwriters, and I love people who could just get down on the mic, like Freddie Mercury and Chino Moreno from Deftones. Like some of my favorites.
Got it.
What about you? Like, where do you get your voice from, and like, where do who are singers you like to listen to?
Okay. Yeah. Well, let's see. Yeah, there's this one singer, Jeff Buckley. Like he has this range. It's just insane. When I heard him, I just wanted to be able to do that someday. Jeff Buckley, this guy named Matt Corby. Who else? Yeah, two of my favorites there.
What about Victor? Because he sings too, and he gets down. Actually, I'm not gonna lie. He's like the crazier, louder vocals and stuff. And when he does that song "Sunk," like he,
Oh, you want to talk about crazy?
little bit.
Honestly, I pick up a lot of inspiration from Freddie Mercury. His range, stupid. Jim Morrison, very laid back, completely out of this world. Shout out to the Lizard King, long
Dude,
live.
Man, our last show we had a band called the Grunion.
Yeah.
And they sound just like you would have fucking really liked them.
Oh wow.
Yeah, you guys should actually.
I guess I have to fight him.
Collab.
But another singer that I was really into. Damn, who else? Oh man, I had him on the top of my head. Oh, Dan Auerbach from the Black Keys.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude, man,
Yeah,
such
Love
an awesome
him.
voice, dude. Yeah.
love him.
Yeah, I could definitely see that. I can see the Freddie Mercury too, because you get down on stage, you have like really good stage presence.
Thank you.
Know?
I go crazy. No, I just like to put on a good show. Like seeing everyone like smile and look, having all eyes on us, which just gives me the the adrenaline of 20 sharks. I just want to go all out.
I mean, whatever you did, it brought some girl from that market show out to DBA. So, you know, you're doing the right thing, dude.
It was fun, dude. I was making love to my bass though. That was such a fun. I was. No, I was pretty tipsy when I was performing, and honestly, I felt loosey goosey. Yeah.
That is rock and roll, man.
I didn't eat. I just drank the Guinness, and I'm just like.
Shout out Guinness.
Yo, shout out Guinness. Hey, yo, give us a sponsorship, please. We really want that Guinness bag.
Fucking Guinness, dude.
Yeah, Guinness is fire.
So, like, back to your EP. Do you have, like, a favorite song on it?
Ooh, yeah. Well, personally, my favorite, Dreamer.
Dreamer.
That's my shit.
Can you go into a little bit?
What?
Can you go into Dreamer a little bit? Like,
Dreamer, just, like, honestly, I close my eyes, and once Alex starts singing, like, the first line, I don't want your future, I'm just like, damn, bro, bars. Like, it's true. We're in a society where everyone should have their shit together, and in reality, nobody does. I think that's just far fetched, especially in an age where anything is so accessible by the touch of their hands. You know, like through Instagram, social media, you're able to become an influencer. And even
so
in
crazy.
music, like you can literally start waves just by posting a live video of you guys just jamming out. People love it. But like Dreamer is just like, I just connect with that song so much because I am a dreamer. That's who I am, and I'm willing to put myself out there to make that a reality, make my dreams a reality. That's why I love that song so much. It's so melodic.
Did you write it, or who does more of the writing here? Or is it a big collab thing, like lyric wise?
Lyric wise, it depends who actually is singing. Cheddar actually wrote that song, and I was so amazed of the lyrics, and I'm just like, wow, I think I'm in love with you. But tell us about the lyrics, dude. Honestly, I want
Yeah,
more.
please. I would love to hear about this.
Let's see. The Dreamer, it's basically about, I guess, rejecting someone's, or rejecting the path that someone expects from you or created for you. And I guess going your own way, and I guess just ignoring all the, I guess, ugly faces and all the criticism and all the advice to go a different path, you know.
Yeah, definitely.
And it's about that breakthrough moment, I guess, when you finally just accept yourself and what you want out of life, and walking in a direction that you feel happiest in.
Yo,
Yeah,
I'm
man.
in love with you even more.
Raz, well said. I think. Yeah, what's your favorite song?
Favorite song? Ooh. It's a tie, I think, between Sounds and Neon Girl. Yeah.
Neon Girl's a really good one too, actually.
Neon
So,
Girl.
did you actually write those two, or did Victor write one of those, or Diego?
Well, the lyrics I did. But for
For Neon Girl?
Neon Girl, I wrote, I guess, the structure and like the strumming guitar parts. Yeah.
That's his baby.
Yeah, honestly, we worked day and night on that song.
Yeah.
I remember being in the barn, and we're just like hashing out. Like each practice, we would work on it for like a good hour,
Yeah.
and then we move on to something else.
Yeah, man. Sometimes you work on songs forever, and you appreciate them a lot more when they finally get done.
Yeah.
What about Diego, dude? What's your favorite song on your new EP?
Favorite song? It's The Dreamer as well. Yeah.
Dreamer.
Yeah, and
That's the first song, right?
that's the first song off the EP. It's the favorite song because the message is great. The opening riff is great. Dude, that like it's crazy because the reason why I like it so much is because what we added that's not on the EP.
Yeah.
So when we play that song live, it's completely different from from what's recorded on the EP.
Did you guys play it at DBA?
We did play it at
We
DBA.
did.
You guys did play it, huh?
We
I remember.
shut down.
I remember hearing a different song because I kind of know which ones come on from being a fan.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wait, that's a new one. And I'm like, oh, all right.
So the song on the EP, The Dreamer, is like way short. It's like 2:30 something around there, right? When we play it live, we add this whole other section that's just completely slowed down, super jazzy, and it's just awesome. And then
gives that moment to breathe.
and then we come right back.
Yeah.
Tempo speeds up. We start this clap thingy,
Yeah,
right?
I
That
love
Victor
to-
always
yeah.
starts. That we played a show at Program in Fullerton. It's a skate shop, Program Skate Shop, and
Shout out program.
there's actually a video online of that full performance, and in that song we play it actually like how we play it, and the clap part is great. Like it's just pop, pop.
All right, guys. We're back after little technical difficulties, little hiccups. We good, but we left off just having the guys talk to us about favorite songs on the EP.
Songs,
That is out now on everywhere for you to go listen right now.
Back in a few.
After
Cooli Ooli.
this, I guess the favorite song is Dreamer, the first song. Alex wrote it, and they spent so long working on it.
Mhm.
It's like the consensus #1 song. So, do you guys have any songs on that EP that you just kind of like, fuck it, just throw it in there, but ended up just being like a really good song, like a weird one that you didn't kind of want in there, but it just kind of being in there, or all your songs just like mapped out? This is it.
All of our songs are pretty intentional, I would like to say, because we don't usually just want to throw in a song just because it's in there. Like, we like the song, let's put in this project. This project was like, wasn't really mapped that well, but it's just supposed to show who we really are as musicians, have a piece of ourselves personally into each song. I know it was definitely cool. Everything was intentional in its own right.
Yeah, what Victor said, we have a couple, I guess, throwaway songs, and the songs we put on the EP are pretty much the ones that we, I guess, love the most and work the most on. So, yeah, every song on the EP is pretty intentional.
You guys think those songs could be like another album, like System of a Down, Stilla's album? They're just fucking through their throwaway songs.
Yeah.
It's a badass album.
Yeah, sure, it's possible,
We're talking about old songs.
Yeah, I was just explaining
Chicken stew,
explaining how our songs on this EP are like intentional and like I guess the best stuff. He's asking whether or not like yeah.
And what about our throwaway songs?
I
As-
just
like,
said all of
or
it.
how many throwaway songs do you guys have, like, top of your head?
Maybe like 5.
5, yeah, we have a good 5. We just revived one.
We did, yeah. That's what I was about to say. We just revived one of the songs and kind of blended it with a new song. So it's just one big whole dance song, really. But no, there's a lot of other songs that we have scrapped. They even were performed. They were performed at backyard shows and things like that. And we decided in the end that we are not going to record them, or we're just not going to play them anymore, because we didn't feel that they really displayed either Cooli Ooli, or they just didn't display the talents very well.
Yeah.
Or maybe we just didn't get a good reaction from the crowds that we performed at, and we had to make a decision as a band, what songs we were gonna keep as a set and what kind of songs we're gonna throw away.
Back to that first show you guys did. Sadly, I wasn't there. I didn't get to see it, even if it was a backyard show. I used to go to backyard Baldwin Park gigs all the time when the fucking punk scene was just going crazy.
Yeah.
Those were good times. I had my first 40. My first gig was crazy. I was like 12 or 13, I forgot. But yeah, it was a King Cobra. It was gross. So if you guys remember your first highlights, yeah, those two, Mickey's too. But yeah, anyways, back to this. No more beer. Your first show, like, you guys remember it? Like, how'd that go? How many songs you guys do? Talk about your first show.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I remember our first show. We just finished like 5 songs. Again, they're brand spanking new. We thought like, oh yeah, these songs are great, and these were before they were perfected and like used on the EP. But like, we're just like, yeah, dude, these songs are fucking great. We're gonna put them out. It's gonna be great. We're so excited. But then like, everybody was like, oh yeah, we're not getting invited to shows. Yeah, like nobody's inviting us to shows. But then I was just like, bro, let's just make a show. And I remember that like everyone was just like, all right, for sure.
Yeah, we were very reluctant about it.
Yeah,
So you guys threw your first show. You guys didn't go perform. So you guys hosted your first gig.
We said our first gig
I-
had to be us headlining.
yeah. We had to make
Oh,
it
you guys
our own.
headlined your first show. Oh shit.
Yeah, we headlined our first show. I'm the one who set up the show. I got the place. Shout out to Gregory Orozco. I love you very much, bro. He's the one who gave us our house. Shout out to my neighbor. He's the one who gave us a porta potty to use during the show.
Dude, I never went.
I know.
Oh
man.
fuck, dude. Every gig I went to as a kid, Baldwin Park, never had a fucking porta potty.
And like, it was so crazy, because I remember going to each band and asking them. I invited Tidal the Wave when there were also Lunar Caves. It was the same. It was the
Shout
same
out
people,
Tidal
but
the
just
Wave.
a different singer for Lunar Caves. But I went to Tidal the Wave. Oh, after Chris Barbosa from Tide Mines. Shout out Tide Mines. when they told us like, yeah, hit up these guys out of the wave. They're freaking dope. They're freaking dope and whatnot. So I talked to Chris Barbosa. He's like, yeah, hit up Tide of the Wave. I hit them up and I'm like, hey, you guys, I'm setting up a show for December 16th. I'm wondering if you guys would like to play. They're like, oh yeah, sure. I'm like, hey, do you mind if I like go to your house to see you guys play? And they're like, yeah, sure. And I sat there listening to these guys, great energy. And I was just sitting there and I was just like, damn, these guys are fucking great. And this one time that we went to a kickback with I think it was Chris Barbosa's house. Yeah. And then Barbosa was just like, yeah, dude, we're trying to get shows. And then we were just like, oh, dude, we're also in a band. And we got to talking. We're like, yeah, let's set up a show. And that's when I was dead set on getting the show together. I asked Tide of the Wave, Tide Minds, and Lisa Kira. Shout out again, Lisa Kira.
Damn, so those three bands,
yeah.
You said, oh, I'm sorry, the first two, Tide Minds and Tide of the Wave.
Yeah.
They're all Baldwin Park bands, right?
All Baldwin Park bands.
So, like, with Cooli, they're all Baldwin Park bands. And I was thinking right now, I'm like, have you guys ever been under one roof and played before? But it sounds like the very first show was fucking that.
Yeah, it was that. It was just that. And after that as well, especially the Benham shows by Tide Minds, they throw some pretty good shows. And yeah, like we got there the night of. I remember we were getting everything set up. We set up the whole place with neon lights and a black light. It was totally cool. And then we had that show. A lot of people came. I was surprised. I was so surprised.
Yeah, like, how many people did you have there? What was your cap count?
Like 80?
80 people in a
50 to
fucking
80.
backyard house. And were you like, what, $2 a head, girls before 10, free before 10?
No, like, honestly, it was just $3 at the door. I remember.
$3 the fuck? Yeah. What the fuck for a band who's never performed? Damn.
They never played. And honestly, it was definitely a fucking like arrogant shit. Like thinking about it now, but like
that's a fucking
it worked out.
Omen right there.
It's crazy, dude. A lot of people came, and that's what tripped me out.
I give you guys a free show at DBA, $3 a fucking head.
Sorry, bro. Like we needed to pay the
that's bad on me.
For the house,
no, I'm just
bro.
kidding. Shout out DBA. We don't charge at the door.
Yeah. But after that show, when we played, when Cooli Ooli went up to close out the show, dude, it was magic. I remember we were so like nervous because it was our first time playing.
How many songs did you guys do?
Oh, we played like 5.
No, I think we played
6. We played 6 songs.
One of the throwaways was our last song. So we played 6 songs that night. Out of those 6 songs, 5 of them are on the EP. So, I mean, these songs are way old.
Oh, so these are like, 2 years in the making songs.
Yeah, exactly. The last song we played was a song that Khalifa had written, right? And then that's the only time that we performed that song. Overall, though, that night was just amazing. Yeah. It was scary. It was nerve-wracking. It was just, I don't know. There was so much adrenaline. We've never felt that kind of adrenaline before. And but overall, a very, very successful night, I think. Yeah.
Alex, you're like the main singer. How'd you feel singing in front of 80 people in your first show when you came in to fucking do keys?
Yeah. Honestly, like, before that first show, I, like, went in a room by myself and, like, took a couple breaths. I was like, all right, let's go. But, yeah, no, honestly, like, when I started singing the first song or whenever I came on, my voice was a little shaky, but, you know, I saw all the support and all my friends there, like, they were so into it, you know, gave me a little more confidence. And yeah, you know, it got easier as the show went on.
Hey, man, it's true. Support your friends, dude. No matter what they're doing.
Really
if
helps.
they're playing, promoting, or fucking making, recording, support your friends, dude. Because you guys are their first fans, and you guys will be there backstage when they make it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So you 8 people who are on the live right now, you guys might get backstage passes.
Hey.
Thank you.
That's pretty cool, dude. Fuck, I remember my first show I did as a kid. It was a backyard in Baldwin Park, and it was only like 40 people there, 30 people there. But we sucked. You know, we just kind of did it. It was fun, though. It was really, really fun. Yeah. That's like the most important part. You have fun.
Yeah, totally.
Some other bands there, like, we did a cover song, like Megadeth and shit like that. But that's pretty cool, dude. You made money in your first show. You fucking, let's say you sold it out, and you headlined. So, where do you go from there? An EP 2 years later. What do you think?
Damn. 2 years after the EP? I want to be getting a bag, bro. I want to be.
Hey, man, I mean,
I want to be expanding
be
the
straight
horizons,
up, dude. Like,
no, definitely.
Be straight up. Like, 2 years ago, you were headlining your first backyard show.
Definitely.
And now we're here doing the EP. Now
Yeah.
in 2 years from now, what do you think?
Dude, I want to go around the country. In fact, even out of state. Like I just want to be traveling around with my two best friends, making music and doing the best we can, making a living for it and from it. You know, it's like it's some far-fetched stuff, but like nothing's impossible. That's the thing.
No, it's really not,
Yeah.
man. I mean, I think you guys are doing good.
Yeah, like 2 years from now, I hope, you know, with all this like new, I guess, knowledge of how everything works, like music wise, I hope that we're in a position where like we're making the best music we possibly can. Like we have all the tools and I guess knowledge of new equipment, and hopefully we grab more people's attention, and I guess our hopefully our reach is farther, and we could touch more people in the hearts.
Hey, honestly, like, I'm gonna ask you a question. Like, you're obviously the soft-spoken one, and I don't know if you're like the calm collective, or I won't even say the brains, because it's just one big ass brain right here, you know. Like, how do you like kind of, because Vic has a lot of energy, and Diego's like, well, depends on what time of the day it is, you know. That's what I get from you guys. That's like the vibe, you know. But you're always
right.
just soft-spoken and chill, and every time man, you're acting just like, hey, yeah. You keep the same tone. That's fucking hard. Like, I can't do that, dude. I cannot fucking do that. But when you sing, you know, you don't keep the same tone, but you keep your composure, you know.
Yeah.
Just, I don't know, the person, like,
Yeah.
like you're always soft-spoken.
Yeah, I guess it's just, you know, just me. And but you know, like I said, at the first show, I my heart was beating so fast. But you know, we've played so many shows since then, and it just became easier. And I can go on stage now without, you know, much trouble. So
You have a little routine now?
I guess so. You know, guys can have like a drink before, maybe one.
Well, as like the singer, like, you know, do you warm up?
Oh,
do you do some
yeah,
laps,
yeah.
push-ups, or what do you do?
I like to, like, on my drive to the venue, I like to play some music that I sing along to. Try to like, or maybe I drink some like warm liquids, or like.
Yeah,
to
dude, take
loosen
care of
up
your
my throat,
vocals,
yeah.
dude. Seriously.
Yeah.
It's like there's been a lot of people who stopped. Like, fuck, I think Dave Mustaine has like throat cancer and shit, you know. So like that, I'm not sure if he's recovered yet. I haven't checked in a while, but that is over time. You got to take care of your voice. So
Yeah, totally.
yeah, dude, that's good. You're doing good habits.
Yeah.
You
Try
know?
to.
So like, inspiration wise, this is actually a question from Danny2937.
Yeah.
On the IG live we got going over there. He's like, what inspiration comes from these songs? Is that the question? Right? Inspo from songs. Inspiration from songs.
Yeah.
You guys want to, you know, dig on that?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the inspiration I think comes from generally how we just feel at the moment. A lot of the inspiration just comes from jamming at the time. You know, a lot of these songs just end up happening just because we just jam and it becomes the thing. And I mean, as far as like lyrics wise, I'm not too sure. Like, lyrics get applied afterwards, but a lot of these songs sprout from jams. You know, they don't. Most of them don't start off as, hey, I have this whole roadmap set out. It just begins as a feeling, and it just builds and it builds and it builds and it builds.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
then it ends up becomes a song. You know what I mean? And
Yeah, definitely.
that's I think that's the funnest part. Like, we've written songs, like we've written so many things that we just never recorded, and so many things just happen during jam sessions where we just improvise, and they become like 30-minute improv sessions where we're just like playing. You know what I mean? And from that, songs immerse. You know what I mean? And it's I think that's our most inspiration. Like, I think it just really just comes from the gut feeling of trusting each other, music wise. You know?
Yeah, that's really hard sometimes to get in a band, especially like just playing like in your own hometown and friends and stuff, because your friends will generally always support you and they won't always be honest with you, but when you're honest and then you guys have the same energy, same massive fucking brain, you know, it works. And you guys actually really display it when you guys perform and just interact. And just sitting here, like, before we even started this shit, and when we had a little cut, like, just go to the fucking questions, like, you guys all just like mix and vibe pretty good. So
Yeah.
that's just Cooli Ooli, and all the songs are there too. That's what I get from it. Right? You know, so not like 2 years from now, but like, what's like next? What are you guys planning to do next? You guys doing any shows? What's
Yeah,
up?
I mean, so the plan is to do shows next. We took I'm gonna mention the short hiatus, right? Yeah. So we took September and we took October off from doing shows. So if anybody was watching, right, we took those 2 months off from doing shows because we, as mentioned earlier, we had lost a guitar player, right? And we had no plans. We didn't want to focus on trying to get everything together again and try to have another guitar player learning all the songs and things like that. You know, we made a decision to just, you know, we're going to stop doing shows. And we're just going to concentrate on writing music.
I know, man. You denied me like 5 times for the show.
Yeah, I'm sorry,
I was like,
man.
dude, come on,
Trust me,
just do
we
it.
wanted to do it to everybody
I know,
who
dude,
offered
yeah.
us shows. You know, there's backyard shows. There was, Panana wanted us again, right?
They wanted us again on their main stage. Shout out to Panana Night Market. Thank you
Honestly,
guys.
yeah. And then, dude, we denied a lot of shows, and we were very bitter, and it was a very sad time where we had this feeling where we just wanted to play and play and play and play, and we couldn't, and we had to say no to everybody.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, we were writing songs. You know, we're in the barn or we're in the garage or we're in my room, you know, all cramped up in there. We're just writing songs. And so that's why the next step is performing these songs. The next step is showing these songs to all the fans and see how well it does, because the new Cooli Ooli, you know, however you want to put it, is such a new and different sound. You know, I believe it is. And it's a lot of songs, you know. There's been shows where we hey, we have this one song that we kind of just want to peek in there, you know what I mean? But no, our next shows we're going to be performing 5, maybe 6 new songs, and a complete new set. And so that's the next step. The next step is kind of building from the ground up again, where we want to show out these new songs and tell everybody, hey, this is Cooli Ooli now. We hope that you guys like it, and you know, we can only hope for a very positive reaction. And if that's the case, we get more shows, and more shows leads to just better opportunities, and that's the plan for us.
So the general, just so everyone knows, Cooli Ooli is open for shows.
We're open for shows in November. Starting November, we're coming back.
So we got a couple more days.
Yeah,
until they're open. So line up.
A few more weeks.
And then we're gonna be back. We're gonna have fun, and we.
Are you guys gonna play anywhere in particular right away? Anywhere? You have a show coming in anywhere?
Yeah. So the show we have is in early November. So keep an eye out for early November. That's where we plan to have our first comeback show.
It's gonna be in Pasadena.
In Pasadena. So keep an eye out for that. After that, we don't know quite yet, but you know, we're just hoping for the best, really.
Yeah, honestly.
Are you guys sticking with that artwork you guys have, like the Cooli Ooli with the little the half moon type of thing?
Yeah, honestly, it just came out of just one day from just messing around on Photoshop, and I was like, oh, half circle, full circle, Cooli Ooli, right? CO, kind of makes sense.
Yeah, I'm sure. I didn't even. Oh, you're right. Yeah, I didn't even think about it like that. I just saw 2 fucking moons this way,
and
I'm like, that's pretty cool too, you know. I mean,
we're changing it.
Yeah. We don't like moons as much.
Well, I mean, I don't know, man, because me and other people want merch, like shirts and shit. You know,
man, that's you know what. As far as next steps, it's shows and merch. We need shows and we need merch.
No, we want shirts now.
The half circle, full circle logo, we want to keep it. We like it.
Yeah.
You know, and if we come up with something better, we'll change it. You know, we're still a very much baby band, and where there's a lot of room for growth and there's a lot of room for change, and that means image and sound and things like that. And we're very lucky to have loyal fans who just like us for whatever we do. You know, and that's awesome. But you know, change is always good. And
Change is always good.
Yeah, and it's always up in the air. You never know.
Yeah, music's always growing. You know,
Yeah.
you guys are definitely growing. Dude, I remember when I first saw you guys. My first show seeing you guys, sadly, was not sadly because of where I saw him. It's just to be so long to actually be able to see him. Was at the dispensary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember that. Yeah.
And even though the equipment wasn't all that and the PA whatever, I can still hear you play good and be decent and feel your energy and feel your energy and just even Khalifa and everyone it was really good. Oh shoot, and then I think Tide Minds was there too, right?
That's another show that 3 of us played at.
Yeah,
Tide
you're right. Duh, and I was
Tide
there.
of the Wave,
Holy shit,
Cooli Ooli.
you're right. Yeah. Title's really good too. They gave me your CD.
Oh,
I still have
oh
it.
yeah, man.
I still have it.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
really
we
good.
We did that that little slick freaking
Easter egg in our sunk video.
Yeah, in our
we
sunk
actually
video.
held up that Tidal the Wave demo CD that they
What?
that they
Yeah,
passed
we
out.
did.
Yeah, it's
Looking
in the
back,
video.
Before I grab Alex.
It's in there. He drops down to pick up something
like,
and he's like, "Oh, it's a
huh?
Tidal the Wave demo."
That's
Let me put that in the
pretty
video.
cool.
You know, shouts
Yeah,
out
yeah,
Tidal.
and you know what? Like I
Shout
said,
out
like
Tidal.
you guys. I mean, nothing against other bands. I was just really, really there to see you because, like I said, I've known you for a long time, and I've been hearing your songs, and they're like, dude, it's such a good song. Like, the first song you guys released was Trip, and it was so fucking cool. I'm like, dude, what the hell? I'm like, this could be like on K Rock or KLOS, like the fucking radio or something. And I remember showing some of my coworkers at the venue, and they're like, yo, it's pretty cool. Hey, it's nice. I'm like, hey, what do you guys think? What do you guys think? I showed so many people, like, this is really cool. And like,
Thank you.
definitely tried to like push you into people and stuff, and but yeah, man, like, you guys is really good, and you guys are growing still.
Just a little side note, shout out to Big Daddy D for recording Trip for us. Like, honestly, we were so inexperienced, but he was totally cool and patient with us. Love you, Big Daddy D. Thank you, Danny Gomez. We appreciate you. We love you, man. Yeah, blessed to have you. But yeah, like that'd be cool if we can ever get our music on the radio waves. That'd be cool. Is that another goal that we can reach?
Yeah, definitely. I think we're about to wrap up right now. You guys have any final things you want to say out to me, your fan, and your other fans?
Thank you guys so much for listening to the EP. Truly appreciate it. Love you guys very much. More shows. We're going harder, bigger, and a lot better musically and as better people. I don't know. Like, love you guys. Much love to everyone and each and every one of you. And I'm passing off to Cheto.
Yeah, we definitely have some really cool new music coming out. A little different from what we've been playing, but we have a lot of hope that you guys will enjoy it because it goes pretty hard.
Yeah. I think most of all, honestly, I think we're very appreciative of the fans, like the fans that we have, the friends that we have, the family that we have. Everyone's crazy supportive.
Yeah.
Everyone is crazy supportive. Everybody on this Instagram live, crazy supportive, and we're fucking lucky.
Yeah.
So lucky to have just people who are just so supportive like that.
Indeed.
And honestly, to be living at a time and being a band at a time like this where there's a lot of great bands, I'm gonna shout out some fucking bands.
Go for it. Shout them out.
Fucking Cherry Domingo, we love you.
Yeah.
Chase Petra, we love you.
Sweats.
We love you. Tidal the Wave, we love you.
Tide Mines.
Tide Mines, we love you. Lisa Kira, we love you.
Yeah. Blueberry.
Blueberry, we love you. Witch and Alleys, we love you.
Yeah.
Step Brother,
Brother.
oh my God, we love you.
Baby Boys, bro.
Jesus. And like, we truly support these bands as well. That's the thing. Like, we've gone to so many shows where we don't play, you know what I mean? And we go to these shows because we just genuinely love the scene. We genuinely love the local bands. And
Yeah, you're definitely adding to that local band scene.
Yeah.
Honestly,
it's just all
I see you guys everywhere, dude. You guys are always posting something new. When you guys are
Always
playing,
love, man.
it was always a new place, new show, new city. I'm like, oh, nice, dude. You guys are getting there.
Daniel. Shout out Daniel Ferraria.
Daniel for Zinzin, bro. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
And like Los
Retros. We played Los Retros.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
and we absolutely, truly, and deeply from the bottom of our heart love these bands. We support them. We listen to them all the time. That's no joke. Like, we legit do.
Yeah.
And it's for the love of the scene. Like, these bands give us opportunities, and we're able to share the stage with them, and that's such a wholesome experience. It really is. And I think that's the biggest thing. We're just so appreciative of just all
Yeah,
these
definitely, man.
bands
It's good for rock and roll, dude. I mean, especially because
It really
now
is.
when it's kind of what it is. But yeah, thank you guys for being here. This is the first interview we've done for Frisson Music. Again, my name is Rob. Cami, that's my partner in this. She couldn't be here today, but she will be here in the next one and the ones to come. Again, follow us on Frisson Music LA on Instagram. Check us out. All the bands, all the artists, come check us out. Come get on this. Come do some of our shows, and let's just keep doing music. All right, guys. Thanks.
Thank you.